So let's talk England 59, Japan 14. Hard to know what to make of this game. England did what they had to do, beat Japan very well. Japan were never in the game. I mean, they really are a bit of a shadow of the team that we saw in that 2019 World Cup, so that's a bit of a shame. But what more could England do? It's pretty much this. Could they have played a few more younger players in this game? Yeah, I think they probably could. So yeah, they finish on a bit of a high. It sounded like the crowd enjoyed themselves, but hard to know what we take from this game, so do help me out. Welcome to this match report supported by Sports News Blitz, the place to go for sports reporting and podcasts, so do check them out. England start with a few errors, early engaging the scrum, not rolling away, that's Ben Earl, and there's a penalty for Japan to settle the nerves, but Saito, the scrum half, pulls it wide badly and it really goes downhill for Japan from then on. On 5 minutes, England get a turnover and a chance to attack for the first time, but JVP goes to the box kick, so pretty conservative early on. England are persisting to sell themselves out wide with that rush defence, but this time Japan go to the kick and waste a good outside option. And that is definitely a theme to take away from this game. Even against the weaker teams, which Japan are, the defensive system is absolutely terrible. There's some better examples coming up anyway. On 6 minutes, a decent maul from England, and physically they were absolutely dominating Japan in every single area, but they get a good maul going forward and chuck up the box kick again, nothing coming of it. So early on is a little bit boring, to be honest. On 8 minutes in, Marcus Smith hoovers up a chip kick and does really nicely to jink past a few. Slade pings a tricky kick into the corner and off we go. First launch play chance for England and it's a try. It's lovely work from the backs. As it was all game, the passing was pretty decent. There was some nicely worked launch play, so that's a positive for England in attack. Smith gets a pull behind from Slade, and Slightholme's wrapping around from blind to make Japan scared of the options, and then Smith picks the right option and puts the short ball to Lawrence, who takes it nicely, breaks inside to well, good pace to finish. So yeah, really nice try on 8 minutes, 7-0. Itoje and Martin on 10 minutes, they're clearly double podding in defence in the line-up, putting lots of pressure on the hooker Harada, and his throw is too long, and England have Japan in all sorts of trouble. JVP, a nice little dummy and snipe. Jamie George goes close. It's a penalty, 5 metre line out, and England just have that physical edge individually. Itoje makes good ground, then Underhill, really good power as he goes through for the try. He actually drops it on grounding later, replay show, but the try's been given, so a bit of luck there. 14-0, but it's really unfortunate that Underhill has to go off injured after that try, as he's been playing so well in this autumn international series, and he started this game like a train. Cunningham South on for the rest of the game. On 16 minutes, Ollie Lawrence doesn't give an overlap pass, but again, physically they're doing so well. He bumps off Naikabuda anyway, so England continue to live in that Japanese third. Then we get another try, that physical dominance again in the forwards, and then the backs join in the maul for good measure, and Jamie George dots down. Tidy try from the maul, 19-0. Japan, yeah, they're not helping themselves either in this first half. No pressure on the box kicks, penalties. Fly half McCurran drops a really easy high ball. So 25 minutes in, they haven't fired a shot at all. It's all too easy for England. The scrum's looking decent against Japan. Shunts them backwards 5 metres, splinters them for a penalty. Another good launch play from the line out in the 22. Clinical stuff. Cunningham South smashes up hard. Then another really good option from Marcus Smith. Another good attacking game. Chooses the dummy this time. I think Riley gets caught out on that dummy. He breaks and Slays converts the overlap perfectly for Freeman to score in the corner. So really nicely done there. But after all that nice work, the TMO actually spots there's a JVP fumble at the base. So it is no try in the end. But they do get a try on the next attack as Japan can't clear their lines. That English scrum have Japan on roller skates, goes backwards at a rate of knots. Another maul from 5 metres, backs in all again. Same result, Jamie George try, 28-0. Then on 32 minutes, we get a nice score from Japan. They're in the game finally after half an hour. It's a nice wraparound play. Riley breaks, Saito supports, really good try. But also, the highlight is the English defence. God, they make it so easy. The wingers have clearly been told you must shut the door every single time. So Slightholme tries to shut the door in absolute no man's land. A gift of a break. Decent attack for sure, but England's coaching team have to look at this. You know, so many examples of it not working must make them change. Sometimes when there's numbers there, you back off and drift, and they just don't do it. It really is so annoying, to be honest. 28-7 there. 36 minutes, unfortunately, Japan score, but England get one straight back. England's attack is looking sharp. Furbank, Slade, nice wide passing. Good for Furbank to come in and have a good game. And they're stretching left. The attack slows down, but Lawrence just conjures something from nothing. Amazing footwork. Breaks and offloads to Will Stewart, who throws a lovely pass on the move. Long pass to Cunningham South. Then Slightholme. Really good finish from Slightholme. Drops the ball on his foot. Soft little grubber, so the defender can't tackle him. He regathers to score. Lovely finish. 35-7. And that's how we go at half-time. 35-7. Straight away in the second half, it starts with a poor box kick out on the fall from JVP. Japan get much better concerted pressure as England start to leak some penalties, but then a good line-out steal from Itoje clears the ball. Itoje doing some good work in the line-out the maul, some decent spoiling from him. Wacker makes a clean break as Genge bites in, but he just drops the ball in the act of running. So that was really painful for Eddie Jones to watch, as they could have got a little bit back into the game there. Anyway, 47 minutes, we see it again. That English defence absolutely killing them. Slightholme just caught on the outside. Slade shoots up. Slightholme realises he has to shoot up as Slade has sold him. He's doing kind of what he's meant to do, but he gets nowhere near it. Such a bad system. They've just got to change it. Just so many good examples in this game against not a great side. Surely the penny will drop. Anyway, 49 minutes, we get the first scrum penalty for Japan. They celebrate that. They get the best maul of the match for them, rolling forward. But the forwards, though, they can't make gain line on the individual carries. And McCurran stabs a nothing chip straight to Furbank, who hammers it clear. We see some more rubbish shutting the door from England. This time Furbank has to go in and make the tackle just to nothing, and they get outside him. So many examples. Anyway, 53 minutes. We've had 50 minutes of Japan attack. They get one more chance to score, but it's an overthrown line out from them, and Slade puts a nice grubber in, and Freeman gathers and just throws it behind his back with an audacious offload to Furbank. So great counter-attack try there. 40 points to 7. Then we get a few significant moments as subs come on. Opoku Fajor comes on at tight head, does well in the scrum. The good one first up. Finn Smith on at 10. They move Marcus Smith to 15, who immediately creates wide down the left as they work the blind side a couple of times. Finn Smith popping to Cunningham South on a big line, force a penalty, and Cowan-Dickey breaks off a maul. Nothing seems to be happening, but he just spins and goes over. Good power from Cowan-Dickey, but terrible tackling from Japan as well. 45-7. Then with 20 minutes to go, we see the best period of attack for Japan finally. Some brilliant offloads. Tatafu, one nice one, and then George Martin drifts out, marking nobody, and Himeno gets the second killer offload for a nice try. So 45-14, a couple of nice tries for Japan, although they're never in the game to actually try and win it. Then on 64 minutes, we see another really nice launch play from England off a line out. It's a double pull behind. I think it's Lawrence, then Ben Earl to Finn Smith, who throws a lovely pass out to Roebuck, who's clear on the right. Really should score, but it's a nice tap tackle. But Cowan-Dickey is carried over by George Martin nicely, 52-14. Ezekwe's on as well, steals a nice line out. There's a crossfield kick from Finn Smith to Roebuck, who looks like he's marked up, but a massive handoff. Good step to finish. I mean, Roebuck looks absolutely massive. I don't think he's the quickest winger around. In fact, he's not the quickest winger around. Not the best acceleration, but he's an absolute beast. So that was a good finish there, 59-14. We see a couple of sloppy penalties from England, 10 minutes to go. Japan have some chances from a maul, can't make anything of them. Itoje spoiling very nicely. And yeah, they just can't get beyond the gain line on their carry. So despite their really well-resourced domestic league, Japan aren't improving actually at the moment. So they've got a long way to go to get close to teams like England. But it's still too easy for them to get around the narrow English defence, as we see it once again, but a forward pass can't exploit it. So I think there's about 4 or 5 great examples of how England defend wide so badly, bite in when they don't need to. They've got to change that. Anyway, England, to be fair, have moved the ball wide really well themselves. Ollie Lawrence has been sharp, been error-free. Finn Smith, he's a bit more of a catch-and-pass playmaker. Marcus Smith is the creator, the running creator, and they're working well quite nicely in attack, so that's good to see as well. England have one more chance to score from a 5-metre line out, but something goes wrong. I can't quite work out what it is, but for the second week in a row, they muck up a line out at the death. But the game's over. 59-14. Plenty of nice attacking tries from England. Not a lot of resistance from Japan, to be fair. They score a couple themselves, but I think the best thing to happen is them to exploit the terrible outside backs defence from England where they rush in on every single play, and teams know now to get around it fairly easily. Anyway, pop all the comments below. What did you make of that game? Who played well? What can we take from beating a team like Japan? Love to know what you think. Like, subscribe, that would be amazing, and I'll catch you next time.